Said quick, you know? It'll be cool, man.
Okay, it's off. I was like, is it still recording?
Hell yeah. Right on. Welcome to Catch a Fade podcast. My name is Herb. You can find me on Instagram at G_thing or G_thing_XMT, some shit like that. It'll be in the link. It'll be in the bio.
You check the bio.
But who do we got right here?
I go by True Blends, man, on Instagram.
True Blends on Instagram. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And he's a local barber. And where can they find you?
Peoria, Arizona, man. I'm off of 91st Avenue and Olive, right off the 101.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Right on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Right on.
I actually own a True Blends barbershop.
You're the owner?
I'm the owner, man.
Damn. Okay.
Owner, barber, still
You
doing
cut?
it. Still cut, bro.
Hell yeah. You got your
Five days a week.
clients.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah.
busy.
Yeah, stay busy.
You
Today,
just got here from a cut, huh?
dude, yeah, literally finished up a cut, got here.
Jeez, that's the way to do it, bro. A lot of people want to own their barbershops and they want to just kick it in the back, stop working.
Yeah.
But really what makes people want to go there is you
Yeah.
get me? Like, I cut,
Yeah.
come to me type
Like I
shit.
tell my guys, bro, like I'm still in the trenches with y'all. You know what I mean?
For
I'm
real?
not. I'm not that guy to where I'm ready to just walk away from it. You know what I mean? I love
Hell
cutting
yeah.
hair. I actually really love cutting
Yeah,
hair.
it's
you know what I mean?
relaxing, no?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
And then the therapeutic conversations you
Dude,
have, like
the conversations
can't
every day. You
replace
know what I
it,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, like you have real emotional conversations with people. Man, I had a
Yeah.
kid today. Crazy is, kid came in, and high school kid, and I usually don't even take walk-ins. Like I just take straight appointments.
Oh, yeah.
And my appointment canceled on me, and we had a couple people waiting. So I was like, let me grab one. And this kid,
Fuck
you know,
it.
he starts asking me, you know, hey, do you ever do drugs when you're in school? And I'm like, you know, starts giving him some of my life. And then, you know, me as an older man now, I got to tell him, like, you know, even though what I did, you probably shouldn't follow that path. You know what I mean? Because I learned, it took me the hard way to figure out.
slows you down.
Yeah, that I could have did other things instead of dealing with the drugs and dealing with all the knucklehead stuff. And maybe you should focus on your school. And then he's like, you know what, you're right. You know what I mean? And it's the chair, you know what I mean? It's the chair that
He's
we're
gonna remember
given.
that shit,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, he'll remember that, you know what I mean? And I say we're blessed because we're put in this position to be able to teach some of the youngsters, you know what I mean? And you know it's crazy because we all got told this from you know, generations
We never
above
listened.
us. We didn't
never
listen.
We didn't give a fuck.
You know what I mean? But here's the thing I look back at, the barbers weren't telling us this. It was our uncles,
Yeah.
you know,
La
the
mamá,
homies,
papá.
yeah, but it was never a barber, so me being in the position I'm in, I know I can give back
Making
to
an
somebody.
impact.
Yeah.
That's sick, bro. That's a beautiful story, fucking. And that's a conversation you wouldn't have had if you wouldn't have been on your grind. You would have
Yeah.
been, oh, I ain't got a cut right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to
eat
the
some
back.
Cheetos in the
I'm gonna
back
go
of
hang out in
play.
the back.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's
Yeah.
cool, doggy. Hell
You know what
yeah.
I mean? And I tell you, that's barbering though.
That's what it is, bro. How long have you owned a barbershop for?
Man, so we've been in business. We opened June 2020
June 20.
during COVID. Yeah,
So during COVID, it hit you hard, huh?
bro, it was hard. It was
yeah,
hard.
you almost shut down type shit? or
Dude,
what?
like I was at a shop. We got shut down for about a month and a half, and then in that process, we were already building out our shop. So I was worried that we weren't even going to be able to open because we didn't know what was going on. But we still kept going with the process, kept building, and luckily
grinding.
the state said we could open up. And then we think I had about a month and a half when they let us come back. And then I was going to go back to the shop I was at, and the shop owner asked me not to come back because he knew I was going to leave. So I just stayed on my grind, and then as soon as I got the okay to open, we literally, I think they gave us Wednesday, like, you're going to open tomorrow. Thursday, I was like, hey, I'm at the shop cutting, you know what I mean? Just right into it.
That's crazy.
But it was hard, man. COVID was hard. Like, dude, we couldn't have chairs in the shop. Like, we couldn't have lobby seating.
Nobody just-
People had to wait in their cars.
For
Like,
real?
it was crazy.
Mask, all that shit.
Yeah. We had to wear
Shit was
masks
whack.
for about like 2 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
So just so y'all know, we're right here. The barber studio I have, it's at a gym and ex Muay Thai gym, and yeah, they also had a hard time, bro.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
fucking,
COVID is rough, man.
Yeah.
I had a lot of friends that had, you know, shops open. They lost them. One of my good clients, he actually owned like 3 salons. He ended up closing 2 of them because he couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? Buddy, he owned a bar. He had to close it down because they were shut down for a minute.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy, fool.
So just think, like, man, hey, for some of us to make it out of that, we're blessed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
We
gotta
kept
stick it
grinding.
through.
Yeah, we kept going.
That's crazy, brother. Good thing you did, man. Look at
Yeah,
you now.
hey, you know what I mean?
You got green on your hair?
Yeah.
Match your logo?
Oh, yeah.
Let me see your
Always.
logo. True Blends Barbershop.
Yeah.
That's sick, fool. Hell yeah. You got somebody that makes them shirts locally or
Dude,
what?
actually, I make them myself,
You
man.
make them what?
Dude.
In the back too, fool?
Yeah, up in the back,
True
too.
Blends, that's just sick. I like the font.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Street Fighter font.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's sick, fool. How many chairs do you have? You rent them out monthly or weekly? How does the deal go?
We do commission, man. We do commission. We got 10 chairs. We went with the commission model because when we first opened, we offered booth rent to a lot of people, and nobody took us up on it. Like nobody.
Shit.
Like we were, man, and I kid you not, there's guys out here doing 175 booth rent, 180 booth rent. We were offering 125 to 150, and dudes wouldn't even take it because they're like, I'm getting this free money from the government.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna stay at home.
Shiesty, huh?
Bro, so I was like, okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? Get that money from the government. We're gonna do our thing. And then, I started getting barbers that were like fresh out of school and stuff. And I realized, you know what? They don't have the clientele, so we have to do a commission-based. And, sticking with the commission-based, preferably and business-wise, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
It makes more sense. And then not only that, but I'll be 100% honest, and barbers are probably gonna hate what I got to say, the ones that are on booth rent, but most booth rent barbers don't even touch what my commission barbers make. You know what I mean? My apprentice barber alone makes more than probably two booth renters combined.
It's because I made my rent. I don't want to cut no more.
Yeah, I'm good.
Shit,
yeah.
I'm good for the month.
I only need 500 this week, and then so they're out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they
lose the hunger.
They lose that hunger, bro.
That's crazy.
And it sucks to say that because a lot of these guys are really hungry, but they're only hungry when they're hungry, bro.
Like when they want it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's like that's not really what it's about. You know what I mean?
Bag,
you got to chase it, and then you got to be disciplined too. You know what I mean? You got to show up every day. You know what I mean? If you open your schedule at 9 o'clock, be there at 9 o'clock. Don't open your schedule and then I got a 9. Oh man, you wake up at 8:45. Oh shoot, I got 9 o'clock. I'll be there about 9:30. Like that's not business.
It's not a good look. Or I schedule my appointments at 12 and then you're there. That shit, it's a big turnoff, bro. I pulled up to barbershops. They open at 10. Motherfucker don't get there till. Even if it's 10:07, bro.
Yeah.
It's not 10, it's 10. You open at 10, have
10.
a little more respect for yourself. Carry yourself differently.
Dude, I didn't even say, even if you don't have someone there, like still be there. Because what if there is somebody there? And then here's the crazy thing is a lot of people don't even know, if you really get to a shop early, dude, if you go, like there's days I usually get in about 8:30 and we open at 9. And people literally are coming to the door at 8:30. And they're like, hey, are you guys open? And depending if I have someone coming up, usually I know I got a barber that gets there about 8:35. So I'm like, I have a barber coming right now. They'll be with you. Give me like 5 minutes. They should be here. Let me see where they're at. And then boom, as soon as that barber gets there, start cutting. Hey, the early bird gets the worm. You know what I mean? It's real.
Right. That's right.
And so many people don't even understand that because they don't even get there till 9:30, 9:45. You already missed a couple walk-ins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that shit adds up, bro. Cause I worked at a barbershop too. What age did you start cutting hair?
Bro, I started cutting when I was 13.
Shut the fuck up, me too.
Yeah.
What made you want to learn how to cut hair?
Dude, the
13?
crazy story for cutting hair was my mom messed me up, bro. Like my mom
messed you up.
She used to cut my hair and she went and she was doing all even and the guard fell off.
Oh.
So I had to go bald. And ever since then, like I was like, I'll do it myself. And I'd rather mess myself up than have my mom mess me up. And just started learning and then started going to the barbershops and asking the barbers like, hey, like, can you show me a little bit how to fade? I want to learn how to do what you do. And
you started sweeping.
Yeah, man, what's crazy? They didn't really make me sweep at first. The dude that was showing me, he was more so like he knew that I was intrigued by it. So he's like, let me show you. And then I think it was more so like I asked him like, hey, can I sweep up? And it wasn't even for money or nothing. And he's like, if you want to, you don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
And just started, helping out around the shop whenever I could, and just watching the barbers, and asking them what are they doing, how do you do that,
Why? And
then I would go home and try to practice it, replicate it in the mirror, and then if you ever cut your own hair, when you get to the other side, it's backwards.
My hair
Everything's
hurts,
backwards.
Bro. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
I could do it, but goddamn, I can only do like the most 3.5 and a zip, and I prefer a 2 and a 0. And usually I like a 5 and a 0. You know what I mean? To calm it down a little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy, because I started cutting at 13. It was out of necessity. My dad used to take us to the barbershop like once every 3 months. We used to have the little helmets, you know what I'm saying? The mushroom head.
Mushroom, because it's overgrown.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I told my mom, man, buy me a machine. Fucking, I think we
I
got it
learned how
at
to
Ross.
do this, yeah. Oh, man.
At Ross, they sell them.
Yeah.
Got it, boom. And then I remember being 14 and I used to work at a Food City. And I used to shave my shit because you want to be shaved, right?
Yeah.
Used to shave my shit and then I'd have a line, but it'd be blended because I didn't know about zero gapping and this and the other. I didn't have money for those machines, fool.
How
so
to do
then
that.
these fools were like, damn, fool. Who cut your hair? Me, dude. You like
I
it or what?
did.
Yeah. And they're all like, not really, fool. Like, you need to work on it. I'm like, that's a true blend, motherfucker. Like, it's a real blend. You see it go.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, and you know you worked your ass off on
Yeah,
probably
an hour and a half, bro. Sweating in the restroom. Because the AC always sucks in the hood.
Yeah, they never know.
In the restroom,
They don't know what you went through to get that blend in your head. And then they're like talking trash about it.
The side comes out clean, the back is all fucked up.
But you know what's crazy is that I think that's what makes us who we are because some of us came from that. You know what I mean? Some of us came from the early days, you know what I mean? Like you say, out of necessity. Our parents didn't have the funds to go get us a haircut, you know what I mean? Like, people don't understand. Like, I tell people all the time, like, we come from, my mom's house was like, dude, if I look it up online, I think it's like 700 square feet, one bathroom.
How did we do it,
You know what I mean?
bro?
And you think it's like, people right now are like, oh, I can't live in a house smaller than 2,000 square feet. And you're like, bro,
the fuck?
like that's 2.5 of my mom's house.
This is almost the size of my house right here.
Yeah, this was my bedroom as a kid, and I shared it with my brother and my sister.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
You know what I mean? And people don't understand that. And you know, there's people that I met that come from way worse circumstances, and I'm like, dang, I'm glad to see you doing so well. You know what I mean? Hey, we're blessed to be in our positions. You know what I mean? We're blessed
to take everything for granted.
To just be able to cut hair and talk to people. And it's one of the easiest jobs in the world, man. I tell people it's easy. It's hard because everyone thinks they could cut hair until they try to cut their hair or someone else's hair. But once you learn it, dude, you're on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You start to learn I don't know. There's so much more to cutting hair than just. There's a lot to anything, bro. Really, there's a lot. Like you do tile, you paint. There's a lot more to it than just seeing it. And you gotta try it, and then you'll realize whatever it is that you're trying to learn. No matter what, it's gonna take dedication.
Oh
bro.
It takes dedication.
You know what I'm saying?
And you gotta want to do it. You know what I mean? This is the cool thing. I tell people about what I do, is since I've been a barber and I've been 100% not lying to anybody at all. Like, I have never called in since I've been a licensed barber. I've never called in to work. Like, before COVID, if I was sick, I would show up. And even during COVID, I got, you know, I mean, a lot of people talk crap because I got the shots, but I went and got the shots because I couldn't miss work. I opened up during COVID. I had to stay open and keep my business running. So I had to be there. You know what I mean? At one point, every barber in my shop got COVID except for me. And I was taking COVID tests to make sure I didn't have COVID. And, you know, luckily I was blessed to not get sick. But, you know what I mean? I show up to work no matter what. I'm going to be there. You know, like, it's not me to call in. Like, I love what I do. I really love going into work, being there every day, being there for my team, showing them that I'm there with you guys. I'm not going to just call in because I don't feel like working today. You know what I mean? Just because I only have half of a day booked. No? Yeah, you have to lead by example.
Yeah, always.
I think that's with anything in life, you know what I mean? Whether you have kids or whether you got people working underneath you, lead by example and they will do better, you know what I mean?
They will, I mean, ¿cómo se dice? Good habits tend to rub off on people.
También, and then vice versa too, you know what I mean? Because like I say, I've worked at some Bufret shops to where, you know, the bad habits, you know what I mean? The owners come in late, the barbers didn't come in late, and then it's a never-ending cycle, you know what I mean? Nobody cleans, nobody sweeps. Oh, he don't sweep, and then it's just a bad energy. It's because no one else does it, and it's like that's not the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? That's not the way. If you teach right, and if you lead by example, people will follow. You know what I mean? I sweep too at the shop. I grab the broom, I sweep. You know what I mean? I help mop, I help clean. Everybody helps clean. Like it's a team effort. You know what I mean? And that's the main thing I think is for any owner, any barber, is, you know what I mean, lead by example. Don't let someone peer pressure you into thinking that I don't got to clean because he don't clean. You know what I mean? Like, be better than that person.
Be the one to do it.
Be the one to do it. You know what I mean? Hey, me personally, I'd rather be in a clean area than be in a dirty area.
Yeah,
you know what I
nothing
mean?
sucks than slipping on hair.
Yeah, bro, that's like one of the worst. Yeah.
Neighbor didn't sweep and now he blows and now his shit's on my
it's all on your side. Yeah, you know. See, you've been cutting. Hey, that's like my pet peeve. I was like, man. You could blow it out, but why are you blowing it in my station, bro?
Yeah, come over here, hit it this way,
hit it from the side.
That's just crazy, bro. Going back to it, yeah, I worked at a barber shop when I was like 21, man. 21 at Eric's Barbershop on 43rd. I think it was called Lydia's. I don't even remember, bro. 47th in Indian School. And I remember, I don't know, I remember a lot of the drama that came, not to be negative, but I remember a lot of the drama that came came with it too, man. Like them just hating on your haircuts, looking at your shit, or trying to copy your style. Oh, I go top to bottom. Oh, I meet in the middle. Or I don't know. I don't even know why I said that, but
it's weird. You know what I mean? It's like you'll meet guys that they had. Man, it's weird. Like every shop I've been to, there's different people. Like there's different, and I feel like it's the shop environment you're in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that, like, I tell you this about like our shop. Like I've always told guys, because I've had multiple people work for us that they come from another shop, they start hating on the old shop, and then I'm like, hey, we don't we don't hate, bro. We don't do that here. Like we don't talk about
gossiping.
Yeah, we don't talk about other shops like that. If you're gonna say something say something positive. You know what I mean? That's my one thing, is keep the negativity out of the shop, because then so and so, like, nah, bro, we're not doing that.
Brother.
We're not doing that. We're gonna stay positive no matter what. Whatever happened there, leave it there. You know what I mean? Now you're in a new place. Let's start over. You're fresh now. You know what I mean? Don't bring it up, because, and you know, the crazy thing is we have to go through these things in life. We have to go through the negative to understand, you know what, maybe I'm not gonna do that. Like say, if you're cutting here, you know, I'm not gonna do that here. I'm gonna do that. If I get someone here cutting next to me, I'm not gonna do that with them. I'm gonna teach them, instead of hating on someone like, hey, I do this way. Like, hey, you know what, this is how I do it. Let me show you. Maybe it'll make it easier for you, man. Maybe it'll make it a little more simpler for you, and then vice versa. They might feed off of you.
Let me ask you, like, a lot of people are afraid of asking for help, bro. But it's like, hey, you really tap from top to bottom on the shaver? Like, why? Because you really do learn, and you gotta ask, bro. You can't be hating. What was I gonna ask you? Hey, where were you born?
I was born here, man. Born in Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona? What area were you raised in?
I actually grew up in Tulsa, right down the street, 91st Avenue. 91st and Fillmore.
Damn.
Yeah, grew up, born and raised right there. My shop is actually on 91st Ave too, 91st and Olive. Yeah.
Damn. And Olive?
And Olive.
Shit, all right. By the Quick Trip?
Yep, right across. Right in the Fry's. Yeah, we're right there in the Fry's Plaza. Yep.
No way.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. That's what's up. Fuck.
Yeah. You said you're, what, over here? Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up on 55th Avenue in Thomas.
Thomas, okay.
Yeah, I was born in East Los Angeles. We moved out here when the Northridge quake happened, like in 94.
94, okay.
Relocated down this way, grew up in Maryville, went to Maryville High, got kicked out and all that other regular bullshit.
Yeah. Hey,
got my
stuff.
GED.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Grew up rough. But I remember one of the core things about cutting hair that I remember, man, I remember just kicking it with my homies. And that's why I could not work in a shop, man. Because I like cutting with the homies, have 7 or 8 foods lined up, a hielera full of beer. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, bro, some paste on the table, some weed rolling up, and just chilling with the homies, drinking and cutting hair, man. Yeah. We'll be there for 3-4 hours, end up shit-faced at the house, bro. And I don't know, I can't work at a barbershop after that, bro.
It's hard.
It is. Hard. What about you?
You know, it's crazy. Like, man, growing up, I cut hair. I've always cut hair, man. And so, like, when I learned, I got better at it. Started cutting my brothers, my cousins, people. You know, some people in the neighborhood asked for cuts. So I always cut hair. Then, as you grow up, you know, I had kids early, man. I had my daughter. I was like 16 when I had my first kid.
Oh shit.
So, you know, I mean, you got to go to work. You know what I mean? You got to go to work and be a dad, and you know, still.
So you've been a barber all your life?
Been a barber, you know me forever. So I always had a job, man. Here's the crazy thing: I always had a regular job for years. Done multiple things, been supervisor, manager at places, been a production coordinator for Gatorade for like 6 years. And then I finally got to the point where I was like, I gotta do something. Like I was still cutting hair even at the job. I would take my clippers and cut hair in the break room. I got in trouble for cutting hair in the break room at work. You know what I mean? To where we had to go into the locker room and cut hair so that we weren't bothering people because they were like, you're getting hair everywhere. So cut in the locker room, and then I finally realized, like, man, I should probably be doing this for a living. And then I actually had one of my supervisors, he was like, dude, he had like a triple master's degree. And then I used to ask him, like, why do you get so many degrees? He's like, bro, the more degrees I get, the more money I get. And then he's like, let me ask you a question. Why are you working here? And then I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like, it's my job. Like, and he's like, do you like it? I was like, not really, but it pays the bills. He's like, well, because I see you cut hair all the time. and you're really good at it. Why don't you go to school to be a barber? He's like, barbers make really good money. He's like, I'm no idiot, but most barbers cut 10 to 15 people a day. And then keep in mind at the time when I first got my license, haircuts were like 10 to 15 bucks. So he's like, let's do the math. And he's like, you can make some good money doing this. He's like, and then, you know, at the time everything was cash. He's like, so think about it, it's under the table money. You don't got to report it, you know, and you'll be doing good, taking care of your family. And then I'm like, man, like, this dude got triple master's degree telling me this stuff. He's obviously very smart. And I was like, you know what, like, maybe I need to do, man, believe me, I should have right there and quit. And I think I stayed for like another year. And it was like, I think it was when he left for another job and he was going to get another master's degree. When I finally was like, you know what, I need to go to barber school. I need to do this. And I just went, signed up, and I knew that no matter what, I gave myself, I can tell you, but I gave myself 2 years, a year for school and a year outside in the shop to see if I could make it or not.
All right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, and even, you know, I've seen guys come and go, even at my shop, to where they don't even give themselves 2 months at the shop to see if they can build. Like, dude, I had a guy one day, oh, it's too slow.
What?
It's a Tuesday, bro. Like,
well, what do you do to promote yourself?
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's the hardest thing to teach a barber is like, you're not promoting yourself. And then here's the crazy thing is the guy I'm speaking about, he's been cutting for 3 years. So where's your clientele? You've been cutting for 3 years. You have nobody to cut.
No rapport, no.
You have nobody at all to come on a Tuesday, but you're gonna say my shop is slow. And you took 5 walk-ins today. You know what I mean? You took 5. He took 6.
My shop,
He took 7. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you made some money today. What you can't complain. You know what I mean? Like, you should be happy. And that's the main thing. Like, I teach now because I got a newer barber, and I tell her, you know me all the time, is like, don't focus on the money. Don't ever focus on the money. Focus on the client in your chair. And focus on the haircut and then give them a great experience. You know what I mean? Greet them when they come in. Greet them with a smile. Be happy that someone's here to let you cut their hair and pay you for it.
Trust you.
And then understand what they want. You know what I mean? Show them the mirror. Explain to them what they just told you what they want. And then reiterate it back to them. So you said this and this, and then even go deeper. Show me a picture. You show them a picture. Now you know exactly what they want. And then, because here's the thing with a lot of barbers is they'll do the haircut. You know what I mean? Hey, you want to? Hey, I want a mid. You might come in and say I want a mid fade, and then okay, when I start doing it, you're like, damn, I don't like this, bro. Like, and then most people are introvert now. You know what I mean? It's like 80% of people are introverts, so they're not going to tell you they don't like it. They're like, okay, that's good, it's good. And then they pay and they never come back.
That's what happens.
And they're like, oh, that barber messed me up. But the barber didn't mess you up. It's just the barber didn't get the right consultation. The barber didn't find out that, you know what, you might like it a little higher than a mid. And they should have asked those questions. And then during the haircut, give them a little conversation. How's your day going, man? You got any plans for the weekend? You got any plans for the week? Oh, you just getting off of work? Hey, like today, it's nice. Hey, the weather's nice today. You know what I mean? You're touching base on something that a barber might have never done, ever. You know, because there are those barbers that just, hey, just cut, don't talk.
Even then, talking to their neighbors or being off social or on their phone, and to you, they say not a lick.
Not one word to the client. Just what do you want done? Cool. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm going to the game. And it's like, dude, it's crazy. It's like, crazy. Dude, that's how you build clientele. You know what I mean? And you have to focus on every person as your last client. Like first and last. This is my first. It's like dating a chick. This might be the first impression I need to make sure I'm trying to bag her tonight. You know what I mean? So you got to look at it like that. Like, hey, in order to get her, I need to shine today. I gotta do everything I can do.
What am I gonna do to get her attention?
Yeah, how am I gonna get her attention? How am I gonna get her to come on a second date with me? It's the same thing when you're trying to build a clientele. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And so many barbers lack the simplest things. You know what I mean? And for me, what I've noticed with barbers, it's always comes down to consultation. You know what I mean? So like for me, I go talk at barber schools, and that's my main thing I focus on. I tell is consultation. If you can understand the consultation, you'll get the haircut right. And then that's half the battle right there. Because if you get the haircut right, they can't complain about nothing. What are they gonna say? Oh, well, you know, even though he didn't talk, he did my fade amazing, and he put it right where I wanted it. And he got my top how I wanted it. You know what I mean? They can't complain.
I might have stole this from a YouTube or something, but one thing that I like to ask them is, what was one thing that your previous barber did that you liked, and then one thing that you didn't like?
That's one thing I tell barbers
too. The discovery. I think, I mean, in sales, I know in sales, it's all about knowing like personality types. Like find a way to connect with them. The discovery of it is big, bro. Like asking the right questions.
Here's, like you say, the right question. You ask the question, hey, is there anything you didn't like about your last haircut? People will tell you what they don't like, but hey, you know what? He left it a little too long on top. You know what I mean? I asked him to take about 2 inches off, and he only took about 1 inch. And I didn't really want to say nothing because he had already cut the top down. And then you're like, okay, shoot. So hey, so you say you want to take about 2 inches. Is this good right here? You want to take a little more? And then, no, that's good. And then you cut it and then show it to him like, hey, so I took off 2 inches. Is this still good? Do you want to go any shorter? Because we can go shorter, or do you want me to do the cut and I'll show you after? And then if you want to go shorter from there, we can. You know what I mean? Where a lot of barbers like, oh, they're being picky. Like, no, the client wants what they want and they're paying good money for it. Most haircuts are $40 plus now. So if someone's paying $40, they should really get what they want. You know what I mean? We're not doing $10 and $15 haircuts no more.
No more.
You know what I mean? And if you are, hey, I'm sorry for you.
I hate to see what it looks like.
Hey, you better be 15 minutes out the door if you're doing 15-minute haircut, $15 haircuts.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. All right. One of the biggest reasons why I wanted to bring you in is because you're having a barber show off, or what would you call it? I'm not ignorant.
Man, so you know what? We're having a barber battle. It's King of the Blends barber battle.
King of the Blends.
This whole barber battle came about, man. I'll explain to you what it came about. And I'm not gonna talk bad about nobody or nobody's show at all, because you know everyone has their show. They do their shows differently.
I never knew there was shows like that.
Yeah, there's shows. We have about 4 shows, with three to 4 shows out here in Arizona every year. And, you know, some guys had a show. There were supposed to be prizes and stuff, and there was no prize. There was one prize.
Don't tell me.
So there was one prize that was given out, and a lot of barbers reached out to me because I was actually helping out with the show, and they asked, you know, where were the prizes at? They said there was going to be some prizes. All they gave out was trophies, and it was kind of done. A lot of stuff was done poorly. How everything was done, and like I say, I'm not talking bad about nobody, because it's just planning it a little better for the next one. You know what I mean? We actually have one out here tomorrow, and you know I'm a part of that with these guys. So and we're gonna make sure everything runs like it should be. You know what I mean? Like everything should be ran the right way. There's a process to running a show. How you do a show. So that's where it came about, and what for me more is like, let's do a show where we can make sure we have real prizes for barbers. You know what I mean? Where if you're putting money up to compete, you shouldn't just, for me personally, because I compete too, you shouldn't just get a trophy. You know what I mean? At least give me a prize bag. Give me a bag with some stuff that I can kick somebody with. Something, man. Give me something, because I put in $150, $200 to compete. Like the trophy's cool.
You gotta pay a fee.
You gotta pay a fee.
Okay.
So at least give me something for my time, and if I won first place, you know, something. So for us, that's why we say, you know what, we'll throw a $1,000 prize for first place. You go. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Second place, for all first, second, third get trophies. Second place, we're giving them a prize bag. Third place, you get a prize bag too. So, you know, we wanted to give back, and then not only that, by giving back, we actually, you know, most of these shows you got to pay about $25 to $45 to get in. No way. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't even bring their kids, their wives. Just be like, say if I brought my daughter and my wife, I'm paying, say, another $90. You know, I pay another $20, $30. I could probably compete in another category to try to win another, you know, another category. Hell yeah. So sometimes a lot of barbers will, you know what, I'm just gonna go with my boys because they're barbers too and they're competing. And so you kind of leave the family at home, and it's not really a family thing. So for us, we were like, you know, if we're gonna do this, let's find a good place for it first. And then where can we go do it? Where's a good spot? You know, we looked at—
You're doing it in your backyard, no?
No, we're doing it at a park, man.
Your backyard, like, I mean, it's
Tolleson,
right?
It's Avondale. It's in Avondale.
Oh, okay.
It's in Avondale, but like not too far from where I grew up at.
Right on.
You know what I mean? It's called Alomar Park. That's over there, right off of El Mirage.
Just, it's a community, no?
Yeah.
Damn,
yeah. Alomar community. They got like a beautiful park out there. It's got a whole water feature. Yeah. It's a beautiful place. So found this park, and you know, once I saw the park, I was like, dude, this is it. This is where we're gonna have it. There's a playground here for kids. There's, you know what I mean, we're bringing out vendors. We got food vendors. We got clothes vendors. We got barber vendors.
That's gonna be cool.
You know what I mean? And so we're like, you know, it's gonna be family oriented where they can bring the kids. The kids have something to do because a lot of these shows, kids, there's nothing for kids to do.
Yeah,
they sit there. If the kids do show up, they're sitting in the corner. They're bored. They're on their tablets, and you know what I mean? It's not good for the moms. You know what I mean? So we wanted to make it good for families to come. You know what I mean? And then plus, we said, you know what? If we're gonna give back, let's really give back. Let's not charge for admission.
What?
Let's make admission free. You know what I mean? So that everyone can come.
And everybody, it just.
Yeah. And that came about too because I heard a story. You know what I mean? Like say you hear stuff on YouTube, and a guy was telling a story where a kid went to his barber battle and told him that, you know what I mean? Thank you for having this. The kid won a trophy, and the kid was telling him, you know what I mean? Today was the first day my dad ever told me he was proud of me because he won. Damn. And he said, I saved up all my money so my dad could come watch me cut and compete. Bro. And then that touched me because I realized some of us never got that, bro. Some of us never got that from our parents.
Yeah.
And imagine how many people can get that, but they don't get the opportunity because it's too expensive to bring mom or dad. So for us, we're like, maybe someone might have that moment, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Someone might have that moment at our show, and if we can give that to someone, let's give it to them.
Damn, you're a good dude, bro.
You know what I mean? So that's why we said, you know what, let's do that. Let's give it back to them, and even no matter what, I want to get everybody out at the show. Any barber, bring your family, bring canopies set up for the day.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna have.
Gastar, bring lunches. Fuck
yeah.
it.
Hey, bring whatever. If you bring beer, put it in a cup because you know it's a party. You know how we do it.
That's legit.
You know what I mean? Pull up. It's gonna be a good event, man. We've got a lot planned. We're gonna have a DJ out there.
A DJ también.
We got some sick judges. Like I say, one of the biggest bar battles out here is AZ Barber Expo, and the dude that runs it, his name is Thudi. He owns True Fades over in Glendale. And Thudi, he's actually came on board with us. He's actually my main host.
No way.
So he's my main host, and not only that, but he's giving me some advice on what to do with the show.
How to make it better.
Yeah, so you know, I'm glad that we brought him on board. Then I got my boy Zay. He throws another show out here, which is Beam City. He's one of my judges. You know what I mean? And he's gave me some pointers too. So we got some good guys. We're bringing a girl, Shawty Fades from Colorado. She's an award-winning barber, so she's gonna be one of our judges.
You guys got the Baddies Club too.
Got the Baddies Club. Yeah, they're gonna be out there. Crazy. So if you want to see some baddies, they're gonna be there. Legit baddies. They're gonna be there. The Baddies Barber Club are gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, some of our main vendors. We got Copper Comb, which they're partnered with. What is it, Johnny B? So, you know, Monty Bell, she's a really good friend of mine, so she's going to pull up there with the Johnny B.
And there's going to be things for sale, right?
Yeah, there's going to be things for sale.
You can buy things, like I need rubber mats. And there's
we're going to have barber supplies. Yeah, we're going to have barber See, that's the thing. We're going to have barber supplies. We're going to have some clothing out there. You know what I mean? We're looking for someone to bring, you know, a shoe table out there because, you know, barbers love our shoes, man. So we can, you know, have multiple different aspects of stuff. So it's not just all barber related. You know what I mean? And then
it's a community.
Yeah, it's a community type thing we're trying to do for everybody so that everybody kind of has a piece of something to buy. You know what I mean? You know, so that you know, I mean, there's some stuff maybe for the kids. There might be some stuff that you might want for the barbering.
Yes, sir.
There might be something your lady sees she might want. You know what I mean? Like the Baddie Barber Club, they got some nice shirts for ladies, man.
Oh yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? So stuff like that. We partnered with Squire. They actually run all of our booking site and everything, and they're actually coming out and they're gonna demo and you know, if you want to sign up with Squire, they're going to be there. They're going to be there. Anti-Broke Barbers, they're actually one of our sponsors too. So they're going to be out there with their clothes and all their products.
That's sick. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, so it's going to be good, man. It's going to be a good show. And like I say, the main focus is to give back to the community, man. Give back to the barber community that, you know what I mean, that pays us every day. You know what I mean? That pays us and gives us a great life. Let's get back to them one day out of the year. You know what I mean?
You might find your next client there.
You might. You know what I mean? You might find your next client. You might find your next shop. You might need to go to, like say, we might have came from some bad shops, but there's always somewhere else that might be better for you. You know, a better situation, whether it's
grass can be greener.
The grass can be greener. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. But I'm a little bit negative, bro. Like when I received the invitation from you, I'm like, I don't know why did he send me this? I'm a little bit negative. I'm a little bit discouraged to even want to compete, but I don't know, just hearing hearing you speak
Yeah.
is like telling me to just fucking do it.
You know, here's
I've
the
never
thing.
done it.
Here's the thing too, bro. Is for years, like I said, you've been cutting forever. I've been cutting forever. Like I think that we cut so long, and we're like we're good where we're at. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't need a award to prove myself
Yeah.
to nobody. And then even myself, when I finally started competing, I actually went to a show, and then I saw it, and I was like, man, I tell people if you've never been to a show and you finally go to a show, it puts something in you. It puts something that you realize, like, you know, I love cutting hair on a day-to-day.
Oh, yeah.
But now all of a sudden, I got like a hunger for it again.
Hell
Like you get something inside of you, like, you know what? And then when you see people competing, then you start seeing people win. Then you're like, man, you know what I mean?
That could be
And then you
me
see the
next time.
haircut, and not talking trash on no one's haircut, but then you'd be like,
Yeah.
I could have beat that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could have easily beat that. You know what I mean? I got my boy. If I brought my boy out here and I put a design in there, I would have beat that for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
So then you like, okay, next year I'm coming in. I'm coming in for
Hell
that
yeah.
trophy. And then you compete, and then you realize, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I've heard a lot of barbers, you know, they'll complain at the end when they don't win. Oh, it's politics. And it's not politics, bro. I've been to a lot of shows. It's not politics. You know, some of these shows, they judge it based off a certain criteria, which even us, we have certain criteria. We're going to put it out before the show happens on what the judges are going to be looking for,
yeah.
so that you understand it's not going to be because he or he knows him and them.
All right.
It's going to be, they're going to have to look at the haircuts, and they're going to have to a point system on how they're going to
So
judge
you
it.
guys have like a fighters meeting because when we fight, we have a fighters meeting. Hey, these are the rules.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody.
So that it's even, it has to be even playing field, because otherwise then it would be a favoritism
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Because it say if I knew you're competing, that'd be favoritism
Yeah.
for me to be judging you, because based off of, I think that's better. You know what I mean? Just because it's gonna be, no matter what, that's just the way of the world. But if you make it to where these are the criteria of what you're judging. How clean is the fade?
Oh yeah.
Is there any nick? Is there any nicks? If there is, put a 0. You know what I mean? You don't get points for that if there's any nick from the razor.
Yeah.
You know, how clean is the lineup? You know what I mean? If it's the design category, the how clean is the overall look of the total? Because our creative category is haircut. It's everything. It's haircut. It's clothes. It's everything.
yeah.
It's
Present-
full
presentation.
thing. So you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't put a pompadour on you because
Yeah.
it's not going to fit your style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's got to fit the person too of what you're doing.
Hell yeah.
So
the shape of the head.
yeah,
and
the
shit
shape
like
of the
that.
head, how they dress. You know, you'd put a pompadour on someone who dresses like they wear a pompadour.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? They might have a white tee with some Levi jeans,
Yeah.
folded up. You know what I mean? Presentation.
Yeah, hell
You know what I mean? So there's certain criterias that got to be met.
Hell
And that's why we pick the judges we pick, because we know these judges aren't biased. You know, we got Zay beamed it from out here. He's judged multiple. He's won multiple awards.
No way.
Shotty's won multiple awards. I got Mike B Faded from Wrist Flicking. He's from Las Vegas. He's won multiple awards. We got a young boy that's RG. RG has been out of barber school, I think, for give or take a few months now. So he brings the aspect of, he's the new barber, he's the new eyes. You know what I mean? Because us doing it long enough, we have the old eyes looking at it. So let's get the new fresh face.
Damn, that's
let's
cool.
see what he judges on. You know what I mean? Let's see,
yeah.
is he, you know what I mean? Even though there's going to be criteria, is his eye different than your eye, which it should be, because he's a fresher eye, and it might be even sharper than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he's only like 17 or 18.
No way.
So he got brand new baby eyes to us.
Yeah.
So he might be able to see something better than the rest of the judges.
Bring something different.
Yeah,
to
bring
the
something
table.
different to the table.
That's
and then we
dope.
actually we should have 1 or 2 more judges that we're still waiting for them to
Hell yeah.
officially sign on.
Information.
Yeah. So hopefully they sign on this week, because then we're gonna now all the judges are coming out this week. You're the first one to hear who these judges are,
For
too,
real?
just so you know.
I'm like, how the fuck you remember all this shit,
Dude,
Dougie?
man,
It's
and you know
crazy.
what's man? I've been to multiple shows, met a lot of people, and these like Zay's a good friend of mine. Zay,
No way.
yeah, that runs Beam City. Shawty is a good friend of mine.
Goddamn.
Mike, I've met him multiple times at shows. He's a really good dude, man. RG, I've actually met him going to shows. Really good kid, man. So. And this is the other part of the event, networking, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Networking.
Oh, yeah, that's
You know what I
what
mean?
it's
Your
all
network
about.
is your net worth, bro. Like, you don't understand
Network is your
where
net
where
worth.
you're gonna go in life, man.
Damn.
By meeting somebody.
That's deep.
You know what I mean? I've got into shows for free I've even gotten paid to record at shows because I do videography too.
For real?
You know what I mean? Every now and then, and I've got paid to shoot at shows just because I had my camera with me.
Dang.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you can get in, dude, just by having a camera, just by knowing somebody. You know what I mean? We got into events, and you know what I mean? Imagine that. You know, like I say, some of these events are $25 to $45, and for me, I bring my team with me when I go places. So if I can get all them in for free, even better. You know what I mean? Just because of someone I know. You know what I mean? So you don't know. You know what I mean? Network with people. Come out to the event, network, meet some people. Dude, just go up to a random person and hey man, my name's True. Nice to meet you, man. What's your name? Just like you would a random person, dude. And not only that. It's a park, man. You might meet your next client there. There's going to be people there. It's not just going to be barber community. There's going to be multiple people there. You don't know who you're going to meet, man. We actually partnered with the city of Avondale. The mayor is going to be out there. The mayor of Avondale is going to be out there. So you know what I mean. You know you're gonna have some good people out there. So and he's going to help us promote this too.
Hell yeah.
You know,
I'm excited, bro, because you're having fastest fade. Or what is it that you're having,
we're doing so we have the student best fade or taper category. We have student creative cut. Then we have fastest fade, fastest taper. Those are both 15-minute categories.
15
you know what I mean?
minutes.
15 minutes each one. You know what I mean? So that's the fastest of the fast, man. I got a boy, I kid you not, he can knock out 2 haircuts in like 10 minutes.
Stop.
Yeah, my boy Mario. And Mario said he's gonna compete. And hey, so y'all better bring your A game because Mario gets down. You know what I mean? But you know what? I had another homie that just hit me up, and he's really fast. And the homie Ruben said he's gonna come compete too.
No way.
So I was like, man, like this is gonna be this one of my favorite categories because I've done fastest fade too, and it's one of my favorite, funnest categories because it puts you to the test. It shows you how fast can you cut. You know what I mean? How fast can you put that fade in someone and make it clean still? You know what I think
I want to go just to experience it because I've never been to one, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Like you said, to network.
Network,
and,
man, come
meet
out.
people.
Yeah, anybody, man.
The event también, you know what I mean?
Anybody who's scared to compete, man, don't be scared to compete. Step out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Once you step out of your comfort zone, you're gonna realize things get a lot better for you. Life gets a lot easier.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? When it comes to competing, here's the thing. No matter if you feel you don't need to be judged by anybody, you're not proving nothing to nobody but yourself. That's all it is. You're proving to yourself that you went out there and you did your best. You gave your best haircut, and you're gonna let your peers judge you. You know what I mean? And then whether you know who the judges are doesn't matter because they're gonna judge based off of a specific criteria. It's not gonna be, oh, I think I like this cut. Yeah. No, there's none of that. You know what I mean? It's not the homie winning. If the homie wins, it's because his criteria met everything that we needed. You know what I mean?
That's dope, bro.
You know what I mean? So I say, even yourself, if you want to compete, bro. Like don't be scared to compete. Bro. You know what I mean? Do it. You'll have fun. Believe me. Here's the crazy thing is every time I compete, I've done 45-minute categories. I've done 15-minute categories. And I kid you not, they both seem like 5 minutes every time.
For real?
By the time you're done, I feel like it's 5 minutes every single category. You're like, dude, like, where did my time go?
I'll be right there sweating, bro.
I literally have my model because I use the same model most of the time now. And I usually tell them, hey, set the timer. Let me know when you know, I mean, if we have 45 minutes, I'm like, let me know when we're at the 30-minute mark, so I know I got 15 left. And then he's like, we're at the 30-minute mark, and I'm like, what do you mean, like, bro? Like, oh shoot, so I'm over here.
Throw you on the 15-minute category.
Yeah. And then you do it on the 15-minute category, man. I'll tell them, hey, tell me when we're 10 minutes in, and then hey, we're doing that. You know what I mean? Hey, then I know I got 5 minutes, and then still, I kid you not, that 5 minutes, they're like 10. 9, I'm like, bro, you just said 5 minutes 2 seconds ago. It's crazy. That quick, bro.
No way.
It's that quick. Like time is boom like that when you're competing. You know what I mean? Like you're man. Once you do it, you're gonna be like, dude. But then it gives you a rush, bro. It gives you a different high. You know what I mean? Like anybody who's ever smoked anything, done anything, dude, this is a high that you can only get on the stage competing.
I want that.
You know what I mean? Hey. You know what I mean? Hey, you're gonna chase it too. You're gonna chase it till you get a trophy. Even myself, you know what I mean? Once I started winning some awards, then hey, I'm not done. I'm not done chasing. I'm still gonna compete in other shows because I love competing, man. Yeah. And it's not even about winning the trophy. It's about going out there and just competing and going out there and networking at different events. You know, myself, I did 11 events last year throughout going from all the way from Oxnard, California was the furthest. We did LA multiple times, Arizona. We've been to Vegas, for 3 different shows last year. We went all the way to Connecticut last year for a show,
Crazy.
and we're going back to Connecticut this year to compete
That's
again.
East Coast?
East Coast,
East
yeah.
Coast,
They're all the
damn.
way like right next to New York.
All right.
Yeah, been to Texas to
Texas.
go out there. Yeah, so
Shit.
dude, there's shows everywhere, man. And dude, you can find a show almost anywhere, bro.
Yeah,
Any
that's
state.
crazy.
And for us, we say, you know what? Let's make one more show. You know what I mean? Let's make one more show in Arizona that people can come out to, and let's make it so everyone can have a good time.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
pull up, man. Bring the family. Bring the homies. Come and chill. You know what I mean? A day of peace, a day of love that we can give back to our community, and
dope.
networking, man. Networking is my main thing.
Hell yeah.
Network with everybody, because you never know. Hey, your podcast next week can be the next big thing, and
Yeah.
hey, now they're all
That's
gonna want to get
crazy.
in with you, but they might meet you
Yeah.
at the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you never know who you're gonna meet. You know what
I
I mean?
need to make shirts, bro.
Yeah, hey, make some shirts, man. Go out there. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun day, bro.
Hell yeah, man. I can't wait. It's been a pleasure
Hey.
speaking with you, bro.
No,
for
thank you
real.
for having me on, man. Hey,
Nice meeting you, man.
yeah,
It's
nice meeting
cool,
you too.
But where's the location at one more time for the one time?
Alomar Park, Avondale, Arizona, April 19th. King of the Blends, baby. Y'all pull up, come and check us out. Heard we're gonna be there.
Hell yeah, your boy True.
True. We out,
Hell
boy.
yeah. Pleasure. Bang, bang.